Hello. This is our wrap up of the spring family Zoom call that we did Wednesday night. And so glad to go back through it with you guys so everybody's caught up. So here we go. So welcome to 2024. I can't believe that we're about 2/3 through the month, and that's crazy. But this is all the things that we have on tap. But before that, we spent a little bit of time Wednesday night talking about Snowball Run, and just really want to thank you guys for the amazing day that we had, and really thank you for how many times you pivoted when we were going to have the Snowball Run in December, and then we moved it to January on a Saturday. And then we ended up calling an audible and putting it in really quickly on that Thursday. So thank you so very much. A couple things that we learned. One, it was a beautiful day. I hope you guys were out there to see that. We were so lucky to sneak it in. We found out that pancakes at 3:30 in the afternoon still go over well, and that our flurries, our youngest runners, had a lot of fun as well. So having said that, we are keenly interested in moving Snowball Run to be on a Friday. We've historically had it on a Saturday, which meant that we all gave up a couple hours on a Saturday morning. But more importantly, what was happening is in the morning, the dew is still there and the grass is wet. And if it's cold and wet, that's just not conducive to a lot of fun. So I think we're going to move it to the Friday afternoon like we did this year. We did it on a Thursday this year, but keep it in line with all the other activities that we do, like International Day of Peace and Casa de Pines that we'll talk about in a minute, and all those activities that we do right after dismissal. So there'll be time for us to talk about it again, but thank you so much. Now, we did, thanks to your generosity, raise $9,000 for the backyard. And while that's a tremendous amount of money, it doesn't go very far when it comes to really big things in the background, the backyard, but it will do some pretty cool things. So Miss Jean and I are planning on some things right now. And so when those things happen, we'll share them with you, but they should take place before the event. So be looking out for that. All right, so this is what's happening really soon, rising meetings. And so for the first set of rising meetings, these are for families whose children are 5 years old, who next year would be their last year in primary. So we call you rising third years. In other language, it would be called going to kindergarten. So your teachers have been planning since the day you started that they would complete primary. So we're having a meeting with you so that you can learn about what's on tap for that third capstone year in primary. And it's our expectation that everybody comes so that you can hear what's in store and know what your teachers have been planning for. So for all of these rising meetings, you'll hear me say there is childcare available for everyone. You'll also hear me talk a lot about the fact that we really need people to RSVP. And it really is our expectation slash hope slash desire that every single person comes. So we're going to track you down and ask you if we don't hear from you. So this is second year primary students staying for the final year. What does that look like? Then we do another whole time of Rising meetings for if you're in a third year primary that you are transitioning to lower elementary, so grade 1, or if you're a third grader who's transitioning to fourth grade, upper elementary. So this is happening this afternoon if you watch this video today on the 19th. But families have been invited to this after school today. If you're going to lower or to upper, then you should pick your children up after school and walk them into the classrooms. And we're going to have lower and upper elementary teachers available just to say hi and just to welcome you. Walk around the classroom with your child, see what's the same, see what's different. And we're going to have cards in the classroom, very much like when you do Come See Me Work, that if you have any questions or any ideas that emerge that you want to write down for us, do that. And then what will happen is when we get to your rising meeting, make sure that those comments are addressed. If your child is in extended care and there's no way for you to get here before 4 o'clock, don't worry. What you're going to do is just pick your child up from studios or from extended care and primary, and the classroom doors will be unlocked, and you can walk around the rooms and imagine that for yourselves, and then write those questions and leave them for the teacher. So that's today. Then on Monday, what's going to happen? Nothing to do on your part. Your children are going to come to school as normal. And then somehow around morning work cycle, we'll invite those students to go visit a shadow day in the other classrooms. So if you're rising to lower L, we have 2 of those. So we're just gently dividing the children in groups. It doesn't mean that the class that they're shadowing in is their class or not. It's just how that works. And if you're in 3rd grade, you're going to shadow in upper L. And then how to make room for that is the 5th and 6th grades, they're going to go over to middle school and go shadow over there. So everybody moves over by one group. They're just going to go in and enjoy that time together. Then Wednesday night, students that are going to 4th grade, parents, you're invited to a rising meeting with the upper elementary faculty. And then on the following night, Thursday, the primary families that are rising to lower L, you'll have a meeting. You've got this information, but just kind of going through it again. Again, we're gonna have childcare for everyone, and then you're gonna RSVP and you're gonna come. So RSVPs take place in the app. So you're going to look for this icon, and then that's going to take you to the Sign Up Genius, and then you're in, and let us know if you need childcare. All right, rising meetings, very exciting. So what's going to happen after that is we're going to talk about continued enrollment, and we've made this really simple for you. It's just 3 simple steps. One is on Friday the 26th, you're going to get a brown envelope, nice long skinny brown envelope, and in there are your papers for the following year. And so look for that brown envelope, and then you fill it out. And so one is you're going to choose that you're going to be the 10-month, which is August through May, and you don't need us for the summer. You're going to choose 12 months, and 12 months is inclusive of summer, or you're going to say, you know what, we're releasing our spot for someone else, and you're going to fill that out. Okay? You're going to send it back to school, and that's it. So continued enrollment is really important that entire week. If there's something that you need to ask about anything, please ask that. We really need that information, because then that tells us about staffing and class sizes and inviting new families to Pines and making all that possible. So that's your week to do that. Send it back on February 2nd. Perfect. Okay. Other things that we're working on here at Pines. IMC re-accreditation. So the International Montessori Council is one of the 2 accreditations that we have, but this is the one that really speaks to our heart, because this is about Montessori. So we have had this accreditation in the past, and this is our 5-year anniversary to be re-accredited. And then these are the standards that we're going to be looking at: our school's vision and purpose, our governance and leadership, the Montessori, the educational program, the resources that we have available to make that happen, and are we continuing to improve? So we right now have a small and mighty team of faculty that are working on this, but we're going to need your help as well. So in a little bit, when we do a call out for families who might want to be interviewed or take surveys and have your opinion heard, please say yes, and that's happening soon. This is what we looked like when we accepted our accreditation in the Florida conference that we went to that year. And if you want to hear the speech, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel or you find us on YouTube, then it's just a 3-minute little speech. But you'll see myself, and then behind me there is Catherine Hall, and she's our middle school teacher. Kathleen Gerner was a board member at the time. You see Mr. David, you see Chef Liz, you see Ashley Fancy from Upper L. And then our friend on the end is Nicole Jones, and she was on faculty the year that we received it and is still a good friend of our school. So that's that. Lots happening, but so much more on tap. So here we go. Glass classroom. We are so excited that we get to do glass classroom again. We did this for many, many years, and then COVID hit. But this is just a wonderful Saturday together where we get to walk the classroom communities in a small group of teachers and parents to really see the scope and sequence of what we do here. And so what we're asking is, if this is of interest to you, you join us. It is a commitment. We get it. It's 4 hours on a Saturday, but it is so worth it. I did include some quotes that were from people who have done this in the past. And so we have gotten really great feedback from it. We do need you to RSVP because we want to keep the group small and intimate. But what you need to hear from me is it takes about 30 people to pull this parent ed off. I need teachers from infants, toddlers, primary, lower, upper, middle, kitchen faculty, extended care faculty, office faculty, to pull this off. So we are really invested in it. We really want to see you enjoy it. So if this is something that speaks to you, please sign up for it. Miss Jean is putting that on the app, so that's where you'll RSVP. Childcare and snacks are included for your children and for you. And this year we're asking if $25 could be donated to Pines if you're coming alone, $30 if it's two people from the same family, and to reward the families that have already spent time this year doing adult development with us, right? Parent development with us. If you went to Paula's talk, and I know who you are, if you did that with us in November, then we'd love to give you a discount this time. So please consider it. More is going to come out throughout the next couple of weeks, but this is in February, so it's coming up right around the corner. So that's Glass Classroom. Hey, I want you to know what's going on with middle school. So mid-February, we're going to send some students to New York. And so this is a Montessori Model UN. And what happens is Montessori schools around the world will send their middle school and high school students to New York to have a mock UN session. And so students are given countries to study and become delegates of that, present papers on that. And if middle school students get started on it now, they can continue being part of this process all throughout high school and college even. So it's very, very meaningful. And so we'll let you see pictures when they come back. We started this program last year. It was our first one. So this year we're looking to build on that. And we called it Casa de Pines. Casa de Bambini was the name Dr. Montessori gave to her first school, and it means children's house. So because we live here all the time, we called it Casa de Pines to be the house of pines. And this is an afternoon after school where all the teachers and children will contribute activities that will demonstrate all of the practical life and grace and courtesy that happens from toddlers all the way through upper L and beyond. And so that's on your calendar of things to come out and see. It's interactive, it's after school, and those activities are left out through extended care. So if you can't get here after school right away, don't worry, they'll be here for you. Here's some happenings in the spring for lower elementary. They'll go camping at Camp Choye in Navasota. Nope, I said that wrong. Sorry, Camp Allen in Navasota, Camp Choye in Livingston. And so that's 2 days, 3 days rather, 2 nights of field studies and camping. And so those kids are going to start to get really excited about that soon. So if you arrive at school in that week of March or that week in April and you see big yellow school buses in front of the school, it's because we're loading them up to go to camp. So those are some things to look forward to. All right, April 19th, Eco Fair. Also something to look forward to. This is Miss Humera's time to shine with Earth Connections. And so outside of all of the classrooms after school, like all the other things, we'll have little demonstrations out there. so that it's interactive and you can hang out with us. Please invite family, invite friends. This is a really nice couple hours after school, and this lovely mom drove bees to school, had them seatbelted in her car and drove them out so the kids could experience that. So Miss Humera will get with you guys soon on if you've got something you want to contribute. Also very cool is internships and externships. So this is with middle school. So in April, if you're in toddlers or primary and lower L, your students might come home and tell you that they have a big kid in their classroom. And so the seventh years will intern on campus, and they'll write you a letter that will introduce themselves and say, I'm going to be a teacher in your child's classroom this week. After they've had a year of practice of being a teacher, a 40-hour work week, then their eighth grade year, they have an externship where they find a small business that they want to perhaps be when they grow up and go there. So they don't come to school at all. They get dropped off at that business and they work 40 hours a week there. So if you happen to run a small business that you think an eighth grader might have fun shadowing you for a week, then please let us know. You can email middleschool@pinesmontessori.com or just let your teachers know. We'll make that happen. That's a really powerful week. And then a little bit later on, they're going to go on their civil rights. I couldn't pronounce this Wednesday night either. Civil rights road trip. There we go. They're going to go to Little Rock, Arkansas. They're going to really walk in the shoes and feel what that trail was like. And so very powerful. Asked lots of students at the end of middle school what were their kind of two big takeaways from middle school, and the civil rights road trip ranks right up there. So they're going to do that. So you'll see them leave. Oh, but wait, there's more. This is for adults only, so we want you to write this down. I don't know if you have gone before or you haven't gone before, but this is the year you're going to return or you're going to come for the first time to the event. So the date of the event this year is on May the 4th. So it's always the first Saturday of May. This year it is May the 4th, and it's just going to be a giant party. This is where we celebrate an entire school year. This is where we celebrate the legacy of Pines. This is where we contribute to what's going to make the world a better place. So it is a time for you right now to be thinking about the friends that you want to bring to this. I grabbed these people off of the internet, but here's the thing. This is not your typical school fundraiser. This isn't something where you're going to go to your friends and say, do you want to come to my kid's fundraiser? This is the night where you say, hey, grab a six-pack. We're going to go to my kid's school and we're going to have a heck of a lot of fun and raise some money for a really amazing space. So that's what I need you to be thinking about. Where's your squad? Who are the people you're going to invite to this? This is the fun that we have. It is an evening of live auction, silent auction, games, activities. It's free food. It is free admission, and it's BYOB. So it is just a lot of fun. And we raise a lot of money for the work that we do above and beyond. I didn't mention this Wednesday night, but I want to make sure that you hear it. The way Pines runs is that we run 100% on tuition. So when we come to fundraising, we are never at a place where we're saying that we're one fundraiser away from making payroll or for closing a gap in the budget. The money that is raised at the event immediately goes into things like teacher education, having teachers be coming up and being trained. Right now, we have 2 teachers in teacher training, so thank you for that. Sending teachers to conference, doing, let's see what else, playground equipment, adding more to all the work that we're doing in the kitchen and earth connections and buying materials for the classroom. So your money has immediate impact. And what we really need is you, okay? Everything else we got, but we need you. So what you're going to do is you're going to be thinking about your extended family and friends who you're going to invite. You know that it's going to be BYOB, but also we need alcohol to be part of the games that we're playing. So if you happen to have extra bottles of wine around your house, and maybe some craft beer around your house, or spirits that you have that you want to donate, we're going to start calling for those soon. It's kind of a really fun time of year where teachers go to the car to get your child out at car line. And then what happens is your child comes out with a bottle of red. It just happens. It's Pines. And so that'll be kind of the end of April. Well, we also need you to be thinking about our experiences. Is there something that you do, something that you have access to that you might be able to offer to Pines as a way for us to raise money? So, for example, do you barbecue? We have a lovely family who years and years and years donates a barbecue in their backyard. They smoke meats, they do this beautiful spread. We all pay into it. That money comes to Pines, but it's an opportunity for us to get together. But it's because of the talent of a family. One year we had two families that pulled together to do an Oktoberfest. And so they liked to make beer, had a conversation, did that. The teachers are going to donate their time for teacher experiences to happen with the children. If you happen to have a vacation home or you know of somebody that could loan us the opportunity for families to bid on maybe a weekend at a ranch, or you know someone who does guided fishing tours, something like that, we can make a moment out of it that people would want to bid on. So please be thinking of that. And then in addition to your family, we also want you to be thinking, oops, I went by too fast, sorry, coworkers, just anybody. This is a wonderful, fun night. So that's my point about that. All right, mission statement. Probably seen this on some of our t-shirts. It's written pretty much everywhere. The mission of Pines is to contribute significantly to a better world. And so everything that we do is to advance that. There is nothing that we do at Pines that doesn't match this mission statement. So I wanted you to hear that. So when you're trying to invite people to come to this event, what you're saying is it is not a stuffy thing. It's not a gala. You don't have to buy a special outfit. You come in whatever makes you feel fabulous. So there are people who get dressed up because that's what makes them feel fabulous. And then there's people who come in a Hawaiian t-shirt and shorts because that makes them feel fabulous. Tell them that. Tell them that we don't want their money to be spent on tickets or clothing or anything that takes it away from coming to Pines right away. So it's free to come to. We're going to help you arrange childcare. And so we partner with Kids in Action, which is right around the corner from us and dear friends of ours. So childcare will be taken care of. There's a small fee that goes to Kids in Action, but they're lovely. And then it's BYOB. So whatever you want, if that's an iced tea or a Long Island iced tea, you bring it so you get what you want. But we are going to provide all the food. And so that will be a lot of fun. So it should be easy to sell and get friends together because again, this is our mission statement, and who doesn't want to support a better world? All right. Last year, this is how much money this fabulous fun evening made. Isn't that amazing? Uh, that is just the most generous thing that we've ever experienced. And so we don't want to come across as sounding disingenuous when we say, wouldn't it be amazing if maybe we could do that? Like we're not that far off. And I really spent time wondering if we should make such a bold statement like this. And the reason I was wondering was I don't want people, you or me, to think that the money that we put aside and budget for such things like fundraising at Pines would ever feel like it wasn't enough. Like if you said, I've got about $200 that I could put aside to give extra to Pines, that well, obviously that's not enough because they want to raise $100,000. I get that. But what if you could find 4 other people who want to come to this fun, fabulous, and free night, and they also brought a budget of $200 each? Well, now we have $1,000. Like, do you see how just the right people coming with the right attitude and the right wanting to have fun could really move the dial on this. So all amounts are welcome. If somebody says, "Hey, I'll give you $100,000," I'll take that too. Teachers know exactly what to spend that on. But anyway, that's our challenge for this year, and I think we could surprise ourselves. So there's that. This is the last part, but wait, there's more. I mean, more. So this happened right after I completed the slides Wednesday morning. I got a call from China. So if you were with us last year, you'll recall that Dr. Paul Epstein, who lives in China and is a Montessori extraordinaire, contacted us and said, would you do us a favor? Could you pull together a bunch of your Montessori middle school students, kids who've graduated and now are in high school, now are in college, and now are beyond, and talk to our Montessori friends in China? Because they don't have students of that age there, and they want to know what's life like beyond primary, right? Beyond maybe lower elementary. There's very few elementary schools, Montessori schools in China. So we did that. If you're interested in watching that YouTube video, that's on our YouTube page as well. But what we found, also on our YouTube page is this video. Sorry, there's two videos there. One is our students talking about Montessori, and also there's this video that we produced for the Chinese teachers to hear about our school and our legacy. And so that's a really cute video. So you should check that out as well. But what we discovered is that Dr. Paul is going to bring to Pines mid-May, so right after the event, Chinese teachers in the levels of infants, toddlers, and primary. So you may hear about that. So for our Chinese speaking families, we're going to lean on you for some help as well. But we are just really excited that schools around Houston, schools around the country, schools around the world want to see what your children are doing at Pines. And so that's one of those this just in kinds of things. If you want to know everything else that's happening at Pines, please stay on your app. What we did find recently is that a lot of families only have one parent registered on the app. We need both parents registered on the app so everybody knows what's happening. And if you have other significant people, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they can go ahead and we can okay them to be on the app as well. And so that's where you're going to find where all the information comes from. So with that, we say thank you. Some people in the chat were asking, like, how do we give you ideas for the event? You know how to find us. I sit right here. We've had the same phone number since 1977. You have my email, Miss Loopy's email, and or you can just grab a classroom teacher. Okay. This is a really fast semester. Like I said, we're already 2/3 the way through January, but we're really excited and we're so very grateful to be a part of your family's life. Okay, let's go get this uploaded to YouTube and I'll see you guys later. Take care.